So today I want to tell you about this movie that I watched last night. It's called Inside Out. It's not a movie, a new movie. It's 10 years old, as a matter of fact. As a matter of fact, ironically, maybe the first time I watched it was the week after Shayna's passing, and my wife and I went to the theater to see it, which was a big mistake because the only emotion I experienced in the theater that day was sadness. I cried during the whole thing. But the movie Inside Out is about a little girl named Riley. She's prepubescent. She's 11 years old, and her parents move her across the country from Minnesota, to San Francisco. And we experience Riley's world from inside of her head, where her emotions take turns at this control panel, expressing themselves through Riley. So she's got basically five emotions. They're joy, sadness, anger, fear, and disgust. And she pretty much swings between these emotions depending on what's going on outside of her and which one's at the control panel. The thing is, nobody likes sadness. They think sadness is always messing things up. They don't like sadness to be around. And as we're watching the movie, my one friend goes, "Just leave sadness behind. Just sadness. Just as Joy tells her at one time, just stay in this circle and don't touch anything." But what happens is sadness starts touching memories, and they start turning sad. And everybody thinks this is a disaster, especially when she touches long-term memories or core memories. And core memories are the memories that make us who we are. And you're thinking that sadness is ruining things. There's a series of events that happens, and joy and sadness end up stranded out of headquarters, which is where they can control Riley from. And they go on this little adventure. And during this adventure, Joy starts to appreciate sadness a little bit. And there's a character they run into. It's an imaginary friend from Riley's past. And he's sad. And sadness sits with him and witnesses his sadness, and he feels better. He comes out of it. And Joy's like, "How did you do that?" And sadness goes, "Well, I just let him express his sadness." So there's a point in time where Joy has to make a decision, like try to get back to headquarters of her own and leave sadness behind, which she actually tries to do, but it doesn't work out. So they end up realizing, or they get back, and Riley has run away because Riley is so distraught that she's run away from home. She's trying to get back to Minneapolis. And so sadness comes in the control panel, and she expresses and starts to help Riley realize you're sad and you're going to miss your parents. So Riley goes back home. When Riley comes back home and sadness is able to be expressed through her, Riley tells her parents that she's sad and she's upset and blah, blah, blah. And her parents come around here. And then they go back to another core memory that Riley had. Because whenever sadness would recall a memory, everybody would just start groaning. Like sadness would say, "Well, remember that time when Riley took the winning shot at the hockey game and she missed it? She was sad." And they're like, yeah, we don't want to think about that. But what they realized is that when Riley expressed her sadness, it gave her parents an opportunity to witness. And her parents came around her, and they lifted her up. And so did her hockey team, and so did the community. And if Riley had only expressed anger, for example, then they wouldn't have had the opportunity to do that. So they finally realized that sadness had their place. And I want to say to you, the whole point of what I'm making this video is that expressing our sadness, expressing our grief is important. If we don't do that, it doesn't give people the opportunity to witness, which is an opportunity for us to heal together. So I think it's a great movie. If you want to go check it out, I'm glad that I watched it again. And the reason I watched it again is because Inside Out 2 is out now, and I'm going to watch that probably today or tomorrow while I'm still here on vacation. So have a great day, and I'll talk to you later.